Hello! Welcome to the Fit and Free Show with Auntie Angel, ZGALA, the Art Angel. That's me. Feeling silly today. Feeling, I'm a little bit hormonally roller coastery, if you must know. That's why I'm here to shake off some of the accumulated stresses of the morning, make room for more stresses of the afternoon. That's how it goes sometimes. And as usual, I'm inviting you to join me to whatever degree feels good in your body. I'd like to remind you there's not one way, so make sure you follow your own lead, do what feels good to you. I'm just going to do what feels good to me and run through a quick, maybe some triangles. I was about to say a full body stretch. I don't know. You never know what you're going to get. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we get into. I'm going to start with a roll down. Just bringing both feet together and relaxing the bottoms of the feet. Just checking in with the spine. Rolling down nice and slow as possible. Coming down past the waist. I'm going to come down all the way to the hips. So passing the waist, continuing to roll forward slowly to where the legs come into the pelvis there. And maybe bending the knees a little bit to put the hands on the floor. Let's practice just straightening and bending the knees a couple of times. Maybe bending all the way into a squat and then straightening into that forward fold. Let's give each side of that an extra breath for some release, coming down into that squat, and again a breath there. And straightening the legs. Let's roll back up, pushing from the bottoms of the feet, tipping the tailbone first, trying to roll up as slow as possible, one vertebra at a time. Just noticing where there's suppleness, where there's stickiness, how the spine is feeling at the moment. I'm going to step back with this left foot first into a moderate lunge. Bringing these hips onto the perpendicular line. Feet are relatively parallel, or maybe the back foot might be at a 45-degree angle. Nice and stable. Just a moderate lunge, making sure that I can still see those toes past that front knee. Looking for where it feels like a nice strengthening place to hang out, but not too easy, but also not too challenging, so that I can maintain these perpendicular hips, pushing into that back heel, making sure I can still see those front toes, nice and long and strong through the center of the body. Just bring the arms down in front and just bring sharp focus onto the fingertips, rolling the shoulders down and back, tipping the tailbone still nice and long and strong through the core. Shoulders down and back, sharp focus on the fingertips, and then soft eyes out at the horizon or the imaginary horizon, far away, and then sharp focus on the fingertips. And then soft eyes out at the horizon. Sharp focus on those fingertips. And now I'm going to shift that back heel onto the perpendicular line, opening the hips, and watch this finger arch across the top of the body, coming into the side plane here. I'm going to lengthen that lunge a little bit, moving that back foot out, bending from this hip and coming into a deeper side, I call a side aeroplane pose. has a different name. I'm using my right arm and leg against each other for torque and support. Lifting that left arm up nice and high. If I can, gaze up at those left fingertips. Bring this arm around the back to reach for this opposite thigh. Looking out at that long leg for a nice stretch on that side. I'm going to bring that hand around into the inside, so both hands are on the inside of this front leg. Shifting onto that back toe, bringing weight onto the hands. I'm going to bring that front foot back and press into downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Asana. Pressing down in those heels, pressing back with the hips, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head if possible. Relaxing the belly, pressing the chest and the heart toward the center of the earth. I'm going to swing that left foot forward in between the hands if possible for a nice deep lunge on that side, pushing into that back foot. Don't forget to breathe and smile, whatever else you're doing. And I'm going to step forward with that back foot. Coming again into that forward fold. Just hanging here for a breath or so. Letting gravity do some unwinding of the spine. Just draping the upper body off of the lower body. I'm going to bend the knees, swing the arms back. Come into a counter stretch. Pushing the hips forward a little bit. Lifting the arms, lifting the eyes. Try not to crunch up in the shoulders. Pushing the hips forward a little bit if that's comfortable. And coming back to Tadasana or mountain pose. Checking in with the alignment, the arrangement. Step back with the right foot this time into that moderate lunge. Again, putting the hips onto that perpendicular line, pushing into that back heel. Checking that I can still see the front toes past the front knee. Let's bring the arms, shoulders rolling down and back, tipping that tailbone, looking for that nice strong line through the core, and sharp focus onto the fingertips, shoulders rolled down and back, and soft eyes out at the imaginary horizon, checking in that those hips are still pulling onto the perpendicular line, and sharp focus onto the fingertips. And soft eyes out at the horizon. Still shifting the hips onto the perpendicular line, tipping the tailbone under a little bit, pushing into that back heel. Sharp eyes onto those fingertips. And I'm going to shift that back heel onto the perpendicular line, opening the hips, and watch this finger as it arches across the top of the body. Coming into an open side plane, side warrior pose, maybe deepening that just a little bit. Heels are about on the same plane. The hips are opening. This knee is aiming for the wall behind. Still enjoying a nice upright line through the center of the body. And then I'm going to shift that back long leg out and shift from this hip, bringing the left arm on the inside of the left leg and lifting that right arm, gazing up at the fingertips. For a nice side twisting aeroplane pose on the other side. Bringing this hand around the back to reach for that opposite thigh for an additional twist. Gazing out at that long-legged foot. And then unwinding all of that and bringing both hands on the inside of that front foot, shifting onto that back toe, bringing weight onto those hands, and bringing that foot back to meet that other foot, pressing into Adho Mukha Asana or downward facing dog, pressing down in the heels, pressing back in the hips, pressing down with the chest and heart, relaxing the belly, tipping the tailbone. I'm going to swing that right foot forward between the hands for a nice deep lunge on that side. Again, pushing into that back heel. And then stepping forward with that back foot, coming into a forward fold, just relaxing here. Let gravity do some unwinding. Let's try that, bending the knees again, coming down all the way into a squat, and then straightening the legs as much as possible. Coming into that forward fold. Let's do that again, bending into that squat, and straightening. Relaxing the belly, maybe aiming the chin for the floor. Let's bring the right hand in between the toes and lift that left hand. Adding a little twist here. And trading hands, bring the left down, lifting the right. And back down in front, let's roll up, nice and slow. Pushing from the center of the earth through the bottoms of the feet. As slow as possible, one vertebrae at a time. Just coming back up to upright. Like to give it a little clap snap, little free arms swinging, little wild hair. Something, something, something. Yep, it's that kind of morning. It's pretty good. It's actually a beautiful day out. And I'm opting to stay in and get things done. So thank you for joining me for a quick stretch so I can let go of some of the stresses and get back to work. I hope you're remembering to take care of your body. It's one thing you can't live without. And you're worthy of your own unconditional love, exactly as you are. Also, you can probably do more than you think. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks if you like and subscribe. Thanks for staying curious and courageous and getting more fit so you can be more free. Thanks for being you and letting me be me. Check out the description if you want to find more ways of connecting with me and supporting me. I got some books I wrote. I got some music I wrote. You never know what you're going to find. Check it out. I'll be seeing you soon. Ciao for now. Peace.